Your life is what you make of it. Learn, live, love. This is Nadia's Entrepreneurial Corner. Take 859. Just kidding. Thank you so much for being here, YouTube. My name is Nadia Rousseau. I'm a social entrepreneur, multimedia journalist, and extreme coffee addict. My Starbucks account is on lock. My gold points are out of this world crazy. That is not sponsored. Clearly, this is a brand new channel. And I launched this channel, Nadia's Entrepreneurial Corner, which I may have already told you. It's all good. It's my first video. Because I want to bring you a lot of advice on entrepreneurship, how to pursue your dreams, how to grow your Instagram, influencer marketing, the whole 9 yards. Now, you might be wondering, why is this chick authorized to tell me this stuff? Like, what does she know? Who is she? Like, just another person launching a YouTube channel? No. I am the CEO and founder of a digital marketing agency called Entrepreneurial Media, which is an impact-based digital marketing agency because we place purpose ahead of profit. We're very concerned with making a difference in what we do. I built the agency to a six-figure agency in under a year, and we have clients all over the world, which is really cool. In some ways, it gets a little like, whoa, because I might be up at 9 p.m. Skype chatting with someone in Tokyo, and then I have to wake up really early the next day to talk to someone in New York. I'm located in Los Angeles, California, so sometimes the time zone thing gets a little funky. In addition to being the founder of Entrepreneurial Media, I'm also the founder of Instagram growth and management service Instagram Rockstar, which is available on the website Fiverr under their pro service providers. What's interesting is I never expected to be a seller on the Fiverr platform, but I had done a photo shoot back in 2017 as a buyer because I was using a lot of their services as an entrepreneur for graphics and editing different things, maybe getting some quick blog posts done, that type of thing when I was really just starting to grow my business. And then I learned about Fiverr Pro, which is a platform for premium service providers. Ooh, I was like, okay. It's basically people who already have an agency or are really killing it in their niche. Maybe they're a well-known consultant, etc., etc. So I applied to become a pro in mid-2017 or spring, I think it was spring of 2017. And then I got approved in November. So November of 2017, I decided to launch what I call a productized service called Instagram Rockstar, which essentially is an Instagram growth and management service, but we do curated content for every single Instagram account that we come in contact with. Everything is super customized. So say I'm working with a brand that offers flowery dresses and they are in, I don't know, Costa Rica, and they want to target only other brands or other individuals in that area because they're trying to be more local even though they want to branch out. So we would do all of our targeting and all of our content around those goals. So I don't really want to get too deep into all of that now. Like, I'll do a deep dive into that stuff later on, but not too deep because I didn't want to overwhelm the senses. But long story short, I launched it last November on Fiverr Pro, and since that time we've serviced over 100 customers, which is really crazy because these people have literally come from all over the world. I worked with people from Dubai, from Australia, and like all parts of Australia I was not even familiar with, like Tasmania. I was like, oh, okay. I always forget about Tasmania because, you know, I'm one of those Americans. It's like Sydney, Melbourne, Perth. So it's like, oh, this is so great. So even in the process of working with all of these different people, I've learned a lot about different cultures and the nuances of interacting with people from different backgrounds. Because let me tell you something, you guys, the way you say handle a complaint with someone from, like, I don't know, South Carolina might be a lot different than dealing with someone in another country where their approach and their just kind of like the back and forth is a lot different. So it's really illuminating. It's been super educational for me. So that's the type of thing that I want to share to you guys. A lot of folks are under the impression that you cannot have a global business unless you like literally launch brick and mortar locations throughout the world. Like, I love Gary Vee. Like, I'm so about Gary Vee. I'm like a Gary Vee nut. But I remember he had a segment when he was talking to a woman who was like, I want to launch an influencer marketing agency and I want it to be global. And he said, no, it can't be global. You need to focus on just one area. And while I totally respect that you should always niche out before you expand, at the same time, like, for someone who is all about social media and the fact that we live in a digital age, to tell someone that you can't be global because they're not launching, like, because they don't want to just stay in the one area, it just doesn't make sense. It's actually really antiquated advice, to be completely honest with you. And again, like, I love Gary Vee, but just like anyone else who's giving out advice, it's not always going to resonate. I mean, I'm sure I'll have future videos where you're just like, that doesn't make sense to me. And if you provide like a very articulate response as to why it doesn't make sense, I would be very happy to engage with you. If you're like, that don't make no sense, girl, and no, I'm not going to engage with you. Sorry about that. But yeah, so I mean, of course you can have a global business as long as you're working with people all over the world. You are global. So yeah, I have a global digital marketing agency. I have a global service. And yeah, it's been a super exciting journey. If I was in contact with my like 17 or 18-year-old self and I was like, hey, this is where I'm at now, I have this agency and I'm doing all these different things with marketing, my 18-year-old self would probably be like, what? No, like, you're gonna be a famous actress, actually. At least that's what my goal was when I was 18. I moved to LA in 2006 for an acting modeling contract, although that wasn't actually my first time in SoCal. I was homeless first when I tried to move to SoCal when I was 18. That's another story for another video, but I'm just saying it's been a long journey, y'all. It's been a very long journey. I came from Western Maryland, so I grew up in a really small town, and I knew I was not meant to stay there. So I pursued acting and modeling, and I was in that world for, I don't know, like 8 years or so, and then I went back to my first love of writing, and then that evolved into marketing and business. So that's where I am right now. So I'm really super excited to be doing this. This is the one area of my life that's been missing. I love to create things and be creative. So it's just like being in my business, like all like just working, growing the business. I'm very hands-on. I'm not someone that's like selfie like all day, every day, which is, I guess, a little ironic because I'm doling out a lot of advice to people to grow their social media and to be present and engage with their audience. And I'm just like, yeah, I need to work. I need to get stuff done, pushing off my own content. But at the end of the day, it's about providing inspiration for you and getting you off your butt to pursue your dreams. There really is no excuse in this day and age. And for that, I will give Gary Vee a positive shout out because he's always telling people, like, you know, there's no excuse. You don't need a lot of money to start a business. You don't need a lot of money to pursue your dreams. Granted, there are some people, many people have more roadblocks than others, and I acknowledge that. Some people have more privilege than others. It's easier to get started. So if you are struggling, I want to be available to support you. So yeah, that's video number 1. If this made any sense to you at all, or you're inspired one little bit, please hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Hey guys, thanks for watching and hanging out in Nadia's Entrepreneurial Corner. Don't forget to like this video and hit the subscribe button below. You can also follow me on social media and check out my current business services and special offers by reviewing my included links. Thanks, and see you next time.